did my hair and makeup today, so don't say I never do anything for you guys. If you guys have been around here for a while, you know that I've been trying to attempt to slowly make my house and general living vicinity more whimsical. And living in a rental, it can make it really hard to add your own personal flair and character to your property. So today we're going to do a fun little DIY together to be able to bring some whimsy to both your house and mine. Oh, and if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe. We're really close to 1,000 subscribers, which means I can start doing this full time. But also if you're new here, even if you don't really like the video, just let it roll, okay? Let it roll. I need the watch hours too. Let it roll. Send it to a friend. Maybe they like whimsy shit. Who doesn't like cute shit? So today I went to an op shop and I got some old school books. Now what a lot of you probably don't know about me is I don't read. It's not actually what I was meant to say, but it is true. I don't read. But I do love an old school book. I love a book with a backstory.
I'm a bitch with a backstory.
And I love collecting old books that either have family names in them or dates, and they say happy birthday or Christmas or just something along the lines that just show that these things have lived a life more than probably I ever will. So I went to the op shop and I collected some hardcover books, some old, some new, even though I was more preference towards the old style book because I just love the crispy So to do this, basically, I'm going to be picking a page that I feel resonates with me or somewhere close to the middle of the book. And I'm going to be laying it flat and then smothering the pages in PVA. I know a lot of you are crying inside, but like I said, these were just chilling in the op shop and I know that someone might love them more than me and actually be able to read them. But you know what? As long as something is getting repurposed, I'm feeling okay with it. It's not just going to the waste. It's going to bring me joy still. There's a really fine balance between getting enough glue on there to make sure that all the pages stick together and it stays together as one single unit, and putting too much glue on there to make the pages all wrinkled and kind of gross. Not that it's too bad because the old vibe is still kind of okay, but sometimes it can go a little bit far, you know what I mean? You know, like that scene when Cleo tries to revive her homework and it gets all crusty and gross? Yeah. So I just took my PVA glue. You can use any glue that just dries clear, and I just smothered it along the edges. I did in certain parts glue in the middle of the page, but like I said, I don't want to do this too much because you'll end up with like a single spot throughout the entire book that's just kind of crinkly. But at the same time, I did want to give it the extra support that it needs because it will be hanging on the wall. If you really like the idea of this as well, but you're looking for a slightly less bulky option, you can also do what I did with this one book. This was actually from a book that we were cutting up at work for a completely different purpose, but I saw this note and I knew that I couldn't just let it disappear. So I took the back and front cover of the book and glued them together to still make a piece of art and still be able to have the essence of the book without having to have the entire thing. I did have one book that I just really loved the coloration of and the wear and tear on this book that wasn't a hardcover, so what I did was just take some cardboard and glue it to the back because nobody's going to see it once it's up against the wall, but it gives it the stability that it needs. And now it's time for honestly the longest point of this project, which is let it dry. Wait. If you want to speed this process up and you're impatient like I am, you can put them outside. But once again, heat, liquid, everything can cause the pages to get a little bit bumpy. So if you really want like a smooth book, I'd suggest just leaving it flat on the table, inside let it dry in its own time. However, a little bit of heat can't hurt. So to be able to stick these onto the wall, I'm going to be using the Command 3M Velcro strips. This is for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted this to be absolutely as renter-friendly as possible, and these strips still are kind of like the #1 renter-friendly adhesive. So while you can actually put up some hooks and have it balanced on there like a nice little book stand, the 3M adhesive strips is what I'm going for. Two, in my personal opinion, I did want the books to be flat up against the wall as opposed to the hooks, just because our apartment is really small and the walking space where I want to hang them, I don't want to keep walking into hooks. I am clumsy as shit. I will smack these. I will break them off the wall. So I want to give them the best survival chance that if I still knock them, it's just the Velcro that's going to come undone. Now it's up to you to design your layout. I only have 4 books with me, but I do want to eventually add to this as I find more. So the layout is completely up to your choosing. An extra additional step that I'm choosing because I just happen to have the materials around because I'm a fiend and I collect everything, is I'm going to be using some of the moss that you might have seen in some of my other videos, especially my potion making videos on TikTok, and I'm going to be hanging these over the books. Along with just whimsy shit, my #1 favorite aesthetic is when nature overtakes buildings or structures that have been there for super long. The Last of Us? So there's no process to what I'm doing, it's just kind of placing them where I feel the vibe. Also just using a tiny bit of blue tack, I'm literally just going to place these leaves around it because once again, whimsy. And the reason why I'm using blue tack for the leaves and not one of the 3M hooks is A, so much cheaper, but also once I find more books and I want to add more books, I'll be able to take the leaves down and move them around in a different orientation. And now the final step is just to step back and admire your work. Montage time! Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Even though I make stuff because I want to make it, I really like when people have good feedback to say about the things that I do make. This is a dream of mine to make this a career one day, so hopefully that can actually happen. With your help, if you like, and you subscribe, and you share, honestly, it does so much more than you realize. Especially for small little creators like me. And there's only a couple more videos left of 2024, so we have to see what 2025 has in store. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.